why not?
Partly relief as well, I would
Yeah.
think.
Are you going to jingle up the
batsman?
Mitchell?
I will do.
In a minute. Anyway.
The magnificent Mitchell in just a
It
second.
is Stokes to continue outside off stump. There's a little bit of a shout and interest from the keeper and the slips, but I don't think Conway got anywhere Young got anywhere close to that, so not out. Mitchell going through his warm-up routines, practicing his defensive shots.
He's not facing.
You going to jingle him?
Shall I jingle him now, or when he's about to? I'll jingle him now. Here he is.
Go on.
I'm not an old black funny, I'm Peter Show.
Stokes in on off stump again and just patted it back down the track. Fielded by Stokes. Well, we got most of the jingle anyway.
Well, we do. We
Just watching a replay of the Nichols dismissal. Yeah, very good catch.
But it was just too close to cut.
It was a little bit. I will acknowledge that. That's a lefty myself, but
I'm not even sure it's to do with whether you're left or right-handed. If the ball's that close, it's hard to play that shot.
Stokes in again, sort of bowling this sort of full fist stump outside off stump line, and Young not being tempted at all.
It is a little weird because he did play the shot well. He just happened to pick out the one fielder there.
Unerring accuracy in terms of that. Yes. Had he got over the ball, then he'd have probably been a bit happier, but it was very uppish.
Good safe pair of hands there.
Yeah.
That's the most important thing from Alex Lees' perspective.
Stokes in again, and again defended by Young, and there's sort of an idea of a run there from Mitchell, but at the non-striker's end, but Young was fairly firm in his decline.
I mean, the key question is how many is enough, and by what stage in the game. But then you've got the extra question is, and to what end? Are they looking to set a target to bowl England out? Are they looking to just ensure that they wrap up a draw and head to the next one? Surely being one down, they need to be trying to force a result, don't they, New Zealand?
Jameson will be a big factor, I think.
Yes. And Stokes completes his over with another defensive prod from Young. Young remains 50 not out. Anything on socials?
Brian is with the engineered rumours about Moeen Ali returning to the England team. Poor Leach must be considering his next selection given his chances of another Ashes series are apparently nil.
Sorry, I completely miscounted. Stokes to continue. Still only seems like this over's gone on for ages. This one is judged. Yes.
It's not like getting to 5 balls of an over and going, whoops, missed one.
It was
halfway through.
It was the way Stokes threw the ball back to the wicket keeper as if it was the end of his over. But anyway,
I would like to hear your opinion on the Moeen Ali Adil Rashid.
Well, I think
I haven't heard this news.
No. Both McCullum's been in touch with both. Both of you have said.
Right.
But I think it's not. I don't know if it's confirmed, but both have said definitely interested in principle or would be happy to, etc. Moeen Ali certainly said it in a TV interview, so he's gone very sort of public with it. Not just Leach. I mean, think about poor old Matt Parkinson
as well.
He's gone from number 2 to number 4 by dint of having done very little wrong. Although he could have done with better figures at Lord.
My only thoughts from it was only a month ago where we were, where England were saying, play your best team possible.
Yeah. Potts to continue, and Young, as he did in the previous over, just defends it away back down the track, and Pott fields off his own bowling.
But how much red ball cricket does Adil Rashid play anywhere now? Does he doesn't turn out for Yorkshire, or does he? I'm trying to remember.
Again, you can then point to Bairstow, Butler, who they keep on considering to come in, and I don't think they play.
True enough. No, that's very fair. That shouldn't be that's not the criteria we would judge by now with the
I must admit, I would love to see Rashid back in the England Test service. Potts, a little bit down leg side, is glanced away by Young, and Folkes has to jog away into the leg side to field. Restricts the batsman to just a single. New Zealand on to 117 for 3.
He's a very, very keen fielder, is Ben Folkes. There was one earlier today where he was ripping off his gloves. Root went racing away down to the third man boundary. He hauled it in just, but the guy literally right behind him to pick it up and then throw was Ben Folks.
Ben Folks, brilliant stuff. That's what you call teamwork, that, isn't it?
Yeah,
That's
well,
very
yeah.
good.
He's clearly prepared to do his shift in that department, Ben Folks.
So Mitchell to face his first ball, following his 190 in the first innings. This is on-off stump and is clipped away into the leg side, but a diving stop by Stuart Broad at mid-on prevents them from taking any runs.
And that was going down in instalments, wasn't it, from Broad?
Yeah, I don't think you
But
need to
did
type
get there.
there.
I like the way he looked at the ground as if it was the ground's fault.
Yes.
He sort of slipped or something. So we're going to watch a replay of that.
Well, it is his home ground. He doesn't want to be
Yeah.
damaging that turf.
Oh.
He did all right.
He
Lost
sort of
his
head-butted the ground.
Yes, I'll be doing that to the hallowed Trent Bridge turf.
Potts on middle stump, and Mitchell steps to the offside and just clips it away behind square on the leg side. And they take the single. Mitchell off the mark.
That's with a lot of stump-to-stump bowling.
He's bowling at the stumps for a change. Last time I watched him, he was bowling short stuff. A desperate attempt to try and entice the New Zealand 6-wicket partnership to be right.
Was that was it fifth or sixth? Mitchell
Well,
and Mandel was
fifth
fifth, wasn't
one,
it?
I think-
Yeah, 236.
This one's outside off stump, and Young has screamed this to the boundary for a lovely 4. A lovely shot, just rocked back onto his back foot and just played it away square on the offside, and that was always destined for the boundary, that one.
See, well, that's the difference between his cut and
The Nichols one,
and
yeah.
the Nichols one, with that extra bit of width, and it's a gorgeous looking shot. But when you're all cramped for room and you haven't got that width, it's a very high risk shot.
Oh, it's a beauty, jagged away from Young. Looked like it might have taken the edge, but it's gone through to Folks. Nothing touched, no bat on the way through. So end of the 40th over, 122 for 3. Any socials?
Just a couple, but long ones. Farong saying, tea break over at the tea stall has been most amusing. 40 to 65-year-olds playing Ludo on the phone of only one who has a smartphone. 10 taka per person. Lad who got knocked out first spat the dummy and accused the stupid phone of giving him ones and twos. Brian, has Sky TV got an agenda regarding the England captaincy and Stoke, Root versus Stokes? It seems every wicket in the camera pick out Root first.
I hadn't noticed that, but
Neither
a
did
fair
I.
point possibly. They seem to have been concentrating on Ben Stokes quite a lot when I've watched.
I do have I'm waiting for the inevitable captains v captains and their averages per when they were captains,
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
and how much are they going to regard Stokes as one of being, oh well, he was adventurous.
So it is Stokes to continue, and Mitchell meets it with a firm forward defensive bat. No run.
The last England captain I would think that had a pretty ropey kind of ish average, maybe Nasser Hussain.
Yeah, I mean, Root certainly didn't with the bat. I mean, he had some he scored 10 centuries,
Yeah.
I think, didn't he? In the last year or so. So Stokes gallops in, outside off stump, firm forward drive, cover drive by Mitchell, beats the diving mid-off fielder Jimmy Henderson and goes through to the boundary for 4.
There's not one boy for me, I must have 2 or 3, I need 4.
Yeah, Jimmy just got a thumb to it, but wasn't able to take any pace off it. Lovely cover drive by Mitchell. Fully deserving of 4 runs. Stokes in again. This one's airing a little bit leg side, clipped away just behind square on the leg side. Potts comes charging round, tries to restrict them to just one run, but they go through for two. And while Folkes dismantles the stumps, I think Mitchell has made his ground, so no chance of a run out.
Joe Root's batting average as captain was 46.45,
and
which
his
I will then.
overall average is about 52, 53.
And his
isn't it?
overall
it's
average is
just
just a
gone
shade
over the
above 50
50s.
now, isn't
Yeah.
it? So it's not a huge difference, but it's significant enough.
And what's he averaging in this series? About 100 and...
Well, yeah, that's statistically small sample, but
Yeah.
yes, enough.
But the fact remains, it is about... Stokes gallops in, again erring in on Mitchell's off stump, and defended firmly, just nudged out into the leg side where mid-on field.
It is incredible, that start of the last 10 tons for the Fab Four have all been root.
Yes.
Well, he's speeded up to eclipse the Fab Four at the moment. He's
Yeah, the Fab Four are not the same, regardless of what people say.
yeah.
Stokes in a looped ball outside off stump. Tried to york him, but it was never going to hit the stumps. Mitchell is a rather clumsy bat onto it, and the ball just jags out into the offside. No chance of a run.
Well, at the end of 2020, Joe Root was 10 centuries behind Coley and 9 behind Smith. He's now level with both and 3 ahead of Williamson. So that shows a sort of different trajectory of the
Steve Smith's
Fab
not
Four.
Steve Smith's not even the best batsman in Australian team.
No, not now. Labuschagne probably now. Anyway, Mitchell defends this. Last ball of Stokes is over. No chance of a run. New Zealand 128 for 3, lead by 142.
And Kawaja, I would say, in Australia. There's nothing on Twitter at the minute.
All
We're
right.
just saying YouTube. Hello to Dara Aziz, Stephen Kelk,
Hello.
Steve Pettifer, and the good man Poggy Bumfinger.
You can tell Steve Kelk as well that there was no Rob Andrew today. I had to
Yeah.
I had to stop the bear from being lazy and putting it on again. I was going, come on, Bear. As much as I love listening to interviews I've done, you do have to vary the interviewee for the sake of our listeners.
Maybe put on some of the actual patrons' interviews.
Potts to continue. This one is outside off stump, and Young has just let this go through to Folkes behind the stumps.
Joe Root also, by the way, is now 10th in the all-time list of the most 150 plus scores.
Oh right.
He is just ahead of Eunice Khan, who had 13, or he's equal to Eunice Khan, and just behind Steve Waugh, who had 14. Top of
The
that
fifth-
list. You could probably. I'll let you do this.
Gavaskar, Lara,
Tendulkar.
Tendulkar.
Yeah. That was
This one again beats Young outside off stump. He definitely played at it, but didn't get a feather on it, much to England's disappointment.
Well, you've said the top two between you, Tendulkar and Lara. Who would you guess at third and fourth on that list?
Ponting,
Nope, not even in the list.
not even on the list.
Oh, sorry, I'm lying. Yes, he is in the list.
Is it not
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He's sixth.
6.
Pakistan?
So you need fourth and fifth in that list.
Kohli's not in there, is he? Yeah.
Maybe Khan or Inzamam ul Haq.
Jack Callis.
Oh, I was just nodding because there was a ball there.
Oh, sorry.
It was a leg ball. Oh, the stats are fascinating, but in between deliveries.
So Potts, yes, this was airing down the leg side, clips his top of his pad, goes
Giving
down
us
the
a-
leg
giving
side
us
to give us a leg
leg
by.
buys. Well, the third one in the list is a Sri Lankan.
Oh,
Ooh.
so not Kumas.
Sangakkara.
Yes, Sangakkara.
Yes. And the fourth one's an Australian.
Right. Steve Smith.
No. Arguably the most famous.
Oh,
Bradman.
Bradman. That's it. I was going to say Bradman. Brad someone. He's bowled again, and again this has been firmly at the stumps and firmly defended. So No run. We're just watching the Hawkeye on that. The ball was actually missing the stumps just down the leg side. So
Not the Scottish Red Indian.
not the Scottish Red Indian.
Hawkeye the new.
Hawkeye. Potts starts his run. Pass umpire, and again firmly aiming at that off stump, and Mitchell firmly defending it, just nudges it into the offside, mid-off fields it. Mitchell goes for his little stroll towards square leg umpire, taps the ground, keeps his concentration. Brendan McCullum looking quite distracted at the moment.
I think it's all right. A Potts,
Chat,
he'll
yeah.
be happier about life. 1 for 13. Looks a lot better.
In
Than
his 10th over, yeah. And
Oh!
this one's actually hit Mitchell on the helmet, and folks has managed to half stop it and deflected off to the. Oh, and again is it quick dash for 2 runs, and they just about make it in. Just watch this, the replay. Nice bouncer, actually didn't. Oh. Not only hit his helmet, but then swinging away after it went past the batsman. No, actually it was just all swing. I thought it hit the helmet. It swung so much. Folks
Well, it
was
did.
completely caught out.
came off his shoulder, didn't it? He sort of tried to duck underneath